What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Well, a very interesting day in the markets today. The CPI report came out. That's the thing that caused us to crash down last month. And it came out perfect, right in line, no surprises, which really, that was important, because if it came in too hot, then now we might not get a rate cut. If it came in too soft, then it's like, oh no, we really are, the economy's going to crap or something. So it coming right in line is exactly what the doctor ordered and is what gave us this green day, unless you're the Russell 2000. Mostly flat today. So I think it was, priced in yesterday in a way, because we did have PPI, which is kind of similar to CPI, right? So that's what the market was expecting. So what's on the agenda for today? Number one, we're going to talk about, is this rally really going to keep going? Number two, we're going to go through the heat map. We're going to go through the indexes. I'm going to show you some charts, the S&P 500, the Qs, take a look at key levels, key indicators. We're going to go through the Magnificent Seven. And then at the very end, I'm going to go over some crypto, and I'm going to go over some new additions to my portfolio that are absolutely crushing it right now. And I think you'll be surprised by some of these names. Before we dive in, trading is risky. The content in this video is not financial advice. This is my opinion only. Trade at your own risk and use healthy trading habits, please. Good stop losses, all that good stuff. But I do hope that you get some value out of this video. And if you do, if you could please hit the like button, helps the algorithm, helps get this video out there. All right, taking a look just quickly at the indexes here. We do have the Russell 2000. Hold on, I just realized I just updated OBS. So hang on, let me get this screen cap better. Okay, there we go. We do have the Dow was up pretty decent, 0.61%. NASDAQ was mostly flat and a little choppy. S&P 500 outperforming the NASDAQ and the Russell. That was up 0.38%. And the Russell 2000 down 0.62%. We're going to talk about this. I think this trade is over. It's just a little too risky for Wall Street to get behind right now. Taking a look at the heat map, you're going to see what's going on here. We're piling back in to the large cap growth sectors, okay? Magnificent Seven, all that good stuff. I think this is what I'm predicting here, is that the rest of this year is going to be more of the same. More of the same. They're going to be piling into the big names. Now, not all the big names got love. You'll see Amazon was mostly flat, but it closed above 170. Google getting beaten like the redheaded stepchild that it is. They had a horrible demo of their AI today, or yesterday, or whenever it was. And they're also, the Department of Justice might be breaking them up. So Google not getting any love at all. Meta was down, but it's still one of the strongest of the bunch. It's been flying so high, I think some people were just kind of consolidating here. Apple held up. Microsoft finally had a decent day, outperforming the indexes. NVDA started off pretty strong, then it went down, and then now it's back up. The rest of the semiconductors kind of getting hit, but Micron having a really good day today. Eli Lilly was the star of the show today, as far as the large caps go. Eli Lilly just continues to absolutely crush it. This is one of those stocks that's semi-new to my portfolio and is just, well, it's just crushing it. And then you can see here, look at this, Netflix coming back to life, up 2%. So that's very interesting. All right, let's take a look at the charts, and I'll tell you why I think the bears are dead, or at least they're on life support right now. So here is the SPY. S&P 500 daily chart. What you see here is the Ichimoku. This is your Tenkan-sen. This is your Kijun-sen. These are moving averages that are like the highs and the lows divided by 2 or some shit like that. More importantly, you got the Ichimoku cloud, and this is a really good indicator. You can see here we bounced out of it and then we pushed, right back into it, and we've been making our way up. And today we nestled ourselves right up to it. Now, my chart right here in my brokerage has a little bit more information here, and we had some very, very important developments happening in the S&P 500. Hold on here. Fix this. OBS. There we go. Okay, dokie. So, let's zoom in a little bit. You see this white line right here? This is our trend line. We popped out momentarily, and then, we dumped. And we've been under this up until a few days ago. We poked out just a little bit, but it was a little inconclusive. Then we pushed over the 50-day moving average. We closed over it yesterday. Today, we couldn't get out of the cloud. However, you see these little dots right here? This indicator is called the parabolic SAR, and it helps to identify once uptrends and downtrends start. And you can see here today we actually popped it. We popped the bubble, and now, according to the parabolic SAR, we have begun our uptrend. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be just straight up from here, and it doesn't mean there aren't outlier situations. Like, look here, we popped it, and then we absolutely fell off the face of the earth. This is rare. Could it happen again? Of course, but there's some other things I'm looking at that give me more hope. For instance, the RSI has moved above 50. We're above the 50 point. The MACD crossover has completed a crossover today below the 0 line. These are all buy signals. So right now, the bears are absolutely on life support. Down here, it was too late to sell. As it moved up, I started DCAing in. I actually had, since then, up here, I've slowly increased a cash position. Then I started adding in here. We fell off the face of the earth, started adding in a little bit more. And as of today, I am 100% invested in the stock market. So that tells you where my sentiment is. I am now bullish. That doesn't mean that we don't go down from here, but I've seen enough where I would be shocked if we made a lower low. I really do think that this right here was our bottom. Now, could we come back down to retest the bottom of the cloud? Absolutely we could. Do I think that'll happen? No, I don't. And the reason why is we are closing over this 50-day moving average once again. And if we can get out of the cloud, we are going to have a great time. Now, that's the SPY. Let's take a look at the Qs, which were weaker than the SPY, but tech was fairly strong. Interesting how that happened. So we're very much within the cloud still, and we did not close over the 50-day moving average for the NASDAQ. However, I think ultimately the NASDAQ and the SPY, they move together, and once you release this pressure valve, we could have, tomorrow the NASDAQ could go nuts. Like if we can get up and over, it might push itself right up to the top of the cloud, especially if the SPY can get through the cloud. So real quick, just jumping back to the SPY, I want to talk about the key level there. This cloud sits, and tomorrow it's actually going to be sitting higher. So it's going to be at like 547, 548. So ultimately, what I would love to see is a candle close above 550. That's really going to solidify my confidence. Do we need to see that for me to remain confident? No. But that's going to be enough of a push higher to really confirm this follow through happened. Looking at the Qs, you can see here, I got a bunch of lines drawn. There's just a whole bunch. Right now we're in a range, essentially. So between, call it 462 and 464. And the 50-day sits at a little under 465. So closing a candle above 465 tomorrow, that's really critical. But man, wouldn't we all love to see an absolute rocket of a move? And I think it could happen. I really do. You know, barring any geopolitical events, but those geopolitical events seem to be softer than expected, so to say. Okay, let's talk about the Russell real quick. This trade, in my opinion, is over. I don't think that we really see these roll heavy, at least not for a few more days. I think that we have to bump up against the cloud. I think it's just going to go sideways, to be honest. We closed below a GAN fan that I have drawn. So I think it's just as simple as this. There's too much risk with these small caps, and there's too much junk in the bottom half of this index. You know, there's other small cap indexes that you can take a look at, you know, if you're bullish on the Russell. Is anyone out there bullish on the Russell? If you are, leave a comment below. Tell me why I'm wrong. I would love to read that. Okay, we're already 10 minutes into this video. Let's jump into the Mag 7. I want to move quickly here. We're going to start with Google. This poor thing. It's we're going to make lower lows. That's how I feel about Google. It just can't catch a break. Taking a look at the GAN, you know, we're below. We're finding support at the top of the arc, but we poked deep into it. And if I go to the Heikin-Ashi candles, it's going to show that we're downtrending on some big volume. So not good. Not good. This thing could, I mean, potentially you could see a 140 on this. Bottom of the arc, though, is at like 156. So this is not a buy, in my opinion. Tesla. I am now a Tesla shareholder, you guys. Finally bought some shares. I bought some shares in 2016. The trade went against me, and I just bailed out. And then here I am, like almost 10 years later, giving it another shot. I really do think that, you know, and this is a long-term hold. It's 1% of my portfolio. It's nothing crazy. But I am now on the Tesla squad. I see this is what I see. I know that we have some resistance at the top of the arc and all of this. But I just see some, you know, the downside risk isn't too bad anymore. And, you know, the upside reward over the next 5 years is really solid. So I've begun my position. But yeah, so like we are closing over this GAN angle right here. That's really critical. Next step is really to just get back above all of this nonsense. 225 is really like what we need to get to. Get above this cloud, get above this arc. So obviously some steep resistance at the top of the arc, 208. So that's going to be our first step. Close a candle over 208. Microsoft had an unusually strong day today. It's been kind of floundering. Oh, you know what? I still have my Heikin-Ashis on. I just want to make sure that this candle closed the way I wanted it to close. Okay, so it closed right on the support level. So we're still good. Would like to see a green candle, sure, but we held support. So that's good. Okay, back to Microsoft. Microsoft. Confirming this GAN angle, moving our way up to this GAN level at 420. 420 is the big dog level. We got to get through it. I've got to get through it. 420, smoke it. Okay. 421.61 to be exact, but yeah, 420 is the big psychological resistance zone. Punching a hole through there is going to be critical. Apple. Apple was kind of flat. Kind of flat today, but we are hugging the top of this fib channel. And on the 16th, by the 16th, I suspect that we're going to be trying to punch a hole through 226. We're going to be trying to get there. I mean, we have a convergence of the arc and the GAN angle and everything. So really, that's what we are trying to shoot for. We strongly confirm the GAN level down here at 196. I don't think we'll ever see that again. And we have a bunch of support, you know, resistance turn support at like 216. So, I mean, sure, could it do this? Yes. But I like what I'm seeing with Apple. It remains very strong. And yeah, with all the fear and doubt, you know, about Warren Buffett selling his shares and blah, 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 I don't buy any of that noise. You know, Warren Buffett still has a ton of Apple. He didn't sell all of it. You know? NVIDIA had an interesting day today. So that is a bullish candle. It's red, but it's a bullish candle. We didn't close over 119, and we do have some overhead resistance. But, you know, 119, we got to close over that. 121's the next level. Then 124 and 127. So obviously we got a lot of work to do, but we did make our way back into this fib channel. So tomorrow, I'm really hoping Friday is going to be just a banger, and then maybe the weekend there could be some like geopolitical shit that brings us back down to earth or something. But we'll have to wait and see. Nobody knows the future, right? But this, you know, we came down, we tested the fib channel perfectly, and then bounced right back up. We closed red, but up from yesterday. Meta was red today, but we just confirmed support today again at the top of, actually this is a GAN level. So even though we consolidated and we had a bit of a spinning top, we're still safe. Now, if we get a close, if price gets below this and closes below this level, we may have to come back down on Meta. But as of right now, we have price rejection pushing off the GAN level. So this is resistance turn support. You love to see it. Amazon just can't like get its feet under it, but we are very much within this fib channel once again, and we are, you know, strongly confirming this GAN angle. So yes, red day, mostly flat from yesterday, but price did get up there. You know, it opened up there, came down, popped up. So I like what I'm seeing here. I think this is still a healthy chart. We're still moving up. And I think, you know, Amazon might be a bit of a laggard this quarter as far as, you know, until the next earnings or something. I don't know why everybody was so underwhelmed. I think it's because they're spending so much money on AI. But this is a winning stock. It's a decent chunk of my portfolio. Do love it. Okay, we are going to move into crypto. Closing below the GAN angle today for Bitcoin. Not good. I guess this day is not, this candle isn't complete yet. But we're definitely consolidating along this point. We can't seem to get through the cloud. Getting above 62,680, call it 62,750. Getting above that is like really what we need to do. We need to get up there. That would push us through the cloud, back into the ARC, and that is what I would consider to be the safe zone, even though it hasn't really, you know, obviously crypto is so volatile, but you could see we really like said no to coming back down to this GAN level. And then we're currently, basically, we're retesting this GAN level or angle to make sure that this can be support going forward. Because it obviously didn't serve as support here. So this, you know, Bitcoin's in a critical moment at the, you know, as we speak. We really got to get back up into the ARC. If we can do that, even if it goes sideways for a little while, that would be really healthy, because that would solidify, it would help us construct, you know, what support really is. Ethereum needs to get up past 3,000 again. That's really where it wants to go, or where it needs to go in order to find the next level support. This bar seems to be kind of in control, so I wouldn't really, this is a bunch of noise until we get below or above this bar and close a candle. But it looks like, you know, we found support here at like 2385. XRP, By the way, if there's a stock you want me to analyze, go ahead and show me down below. Comment below what you would like me to take a look at, and I'd be happy to feature it on one of my videos. XRP closing above Tenkan-sen. Tenkan-sen is above Kijun-sen. And it looks like the cloud is bullish again. So this is a buy signal. We've been in a buy signal, but now we're really tight close to the Tenkan-sen. I like to buy as close to the Tenkan-sen as I can on a closing candle. And so this is about as good as it gets, because then, if you want to follow the rules of Ichimoku, you let it move up, and then if a candle closes under Tenkan-sen, then you reduce or get out. So I do love this. XRP continuing to chug along. Dogecoin being held up by the Tenkan-sen. We got a lot of overhead resistance between 11.1, call it 11.2, and 11.5. So 12.892. This is the next GAN level. So really, we have a lot of overhead resistance here. If you turn on your app and you see Doge is at like 14 cents, like that's awesome. Because then we're above all of this stuff, and resistance becomes support once you get through it. So that would be a good development for Doge. And we've been under this cloud now since May. So, and the nature of the arc is that it could just come down. There's really no support. So this one's got a hold. Yeah, Doge, little shaky. Solana. What a mess. What a mess of a chart. Okay. So the next key level, really getting above where we rejected today, 152, and then after that, 162. So easy enough to remember. That's where we need to get to. Support. Looks like we have support down here at 120, if we ever see that again. So Solana. Okay, now comes the time where I'm going to share a few stocks that are new to my portfolio that have been crushing it ever since I bought them, and I've been outperforming the S&P and the Qs for the last 4 days. It's only 4 days, but sure. But like, they've been important 4 days, and even when the S&P is down, this is up. When it's up more. So, and it's because of some of these that I've added. So first one I'm going to show you is Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly has just been absolutely crushing it. Today we finally closed above the arc. And yeah, so we got some support here at 919. Maybe I wouldn't buy right there, but like, if we see a retest and then a break of this, you guys look, 1150. Okay, so Eli Lilly has been a leader in this recovery. Absolute beast. Another absolute beast. Progressive Insurance. Look at that. Boom. So this is not a buy yet. If you aren't in this position, I would not be buying right here, because we do have nearby resistance at 237. However, if we can get, boink, boink, get in there, and, we see some like retests and things look good. Like, for instance, like, look at this. Boom, boom, like where we retest and there's wicks pushing it back up. So like price rejection off the support. Like, this is a buy right here. Even this is kind of a buy right here. Because you got the Ichimoku. The cloud, I believe, let's take a look at my chart here. So the cloud has not gone bullish yet, but that's okay. And we do have a fib level at 960. Oh, that's Eli Lilly. What am I doing? Progressive. Bullish cloud. Blue skies. Blue skies. So you may have missed this move. I don't know if I mentioned that I added progressive in a previous video, but yeah. Another one that absolutely, I timed it absolutely perfectly, and I didn't mean to, is FICO. And I bought FICO. I bought it right here. And yeah, I mean, it's just like absolutely like get me to the next level, what it's saying. So FICO, we got some important resistance here at 1842. But FICO just absolutely crushes it. And if you haven't seen my perfect portfolio video, go take a look at that. It will be showing at the end of this video. Here's a little, oh, not showing. Okay, well, anyways, I did a video on the perfect portfolio, and I found some, you know, portfolios over the last 10 years that would have outperformed while receiving less downside, and progressive, and you know, like FICO, like these were Eli Lilly. These were names that really like shined, were really good at delivering that kind of result. So they seem to me to be great adds to my portfolio. Another one that gave us a buy signal today is TLT, 20-year Treasury. So we closed over the Tengen-sen once again. All the Ichimoku is correct. And you guys, I mean, let's just take a look at the monthly chart. I'm gonna remove the indicators. So the way this works is interest rates go up, this goes down. Interest rates go down, this goes up. Okay, maybe it's not that simple, but this trade for me, it's 2% of my portfolio. It's nothing crazy, and it's I'm going to sell it in 2027 when it's like up 40%. That's kind of my price target. So give me a easy granny shot of a 20% gain a year. I'll take it. That's what I foresee with this. I thought about doing TMF, but I just don't like holding leveraged funds that long. I just don't know about that. Okay, I hope that was informative. I packed a ton of information, I think, into this video. We're about to hit 30 minutes, so I don't want to hold y'all much longer. I know you got more important stuff to do, but if you could bless me with the likes, with the comments, and maybe consider subscribing if you learned a thing or two, or if you want to see more of my videos. All of these things help my small YouTube channel grow. I'm at 72 subscribers. Would love for you to be 73. And with that being said, I hope you have a great Friday. Risky Ryan, out.